Well, I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her.
There are incredible perks that come with this life. There are also really heavy pressures that come with this life, and you just have to try to balance them.
Taylor Swift speaks on Travis Kelce being toxic masculine guy. There is one thing we all know for sure. If there's any fandom out there that can surpass even the NYPD when it comes to investigating clues, it's the Swifties. And I'm not lying when I say these people can dissect body language like they're professionals. Seems like they have done it once again, and this time they've exposed the truth about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's not-so-perfect relationship. The allegations are pretty serious this time, guys, and Taylor Swift has had no choice but to respond. Rumors have it that Taylor Swift's relationship with her athlete beau is already on the rocks, just months after the two started dating. And as always, Swifties have a lot to say about the singer's love life. This time, however, allegations are serious. When I say serious, I mean he might be abusing Taylor-level serious. Some say Travis Kelce is a toxic masculine guy. Others think he's just a harmless drunk whose behavior at the Super Bowl has already given Taylor the itch. Whatever the truth is, only a word from Taylor herself can settle the matter, and looks like we finally have it. What had Taylor got to say about her lover's erratic behavior, and are her rose-tinted glasses finally off? Stick around, cause I'm about to reveal it all. Could it be that Taylor has decided to call things off over this one incident? Is it really a big enough issue for Taylor to consider a breakup? Alright, let's jump right into the belly of the beast. That happens to be the Super Bowl. What looked like a pretty standard game of football quickly became a hot topic worldwide thanks to a moment's rage by Taylor's beau. We all know how competitive sports can get, right? Players screaming at each other, players knocking each other to the ground, and even getting injured. All this seems to be a part and parcel of the game. Now, this much rage is understandable, but when a player starts to pick fights with coaches and referees, oh boy, that's when the red alarm bells start to go off. Until this moment, what Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce had was magical. Swift traveled all the way from Japan, where she recently recommenced her record-breaking Eras tour, to cheer on Kelce. The pop star has been watching the game from the VIP area alongside rapper Ice Spice and actress pal Blake Lively. The superstar looked proudly over her lover from the stands, and the sports star on the field, walking around with his chest puffed and his head held high. But the story quickly changed as the Kansas City tight end lost the plot and verbally abused his aged coach. Apparently, Travis was upset at Isaiah Pacheco fumbling a pass from quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Now, most of you might be thinking, so what? It's just one pass. But turns out Travis doesn't agree with this sentiment. He thinks it's a big deal, big enough to completely lose his cool over. He went right ahead to his Andy Reid and started screaming at him. Chiefs running back Jerick McKinnon headed over to pull Kelce away as he continued yelling at Reid. Like I said, this top-of-the-lungs screaming might have been pretty unsurprising had he done it with a fellow player. But Travis managed to pull the worst person possible for this breakdown and started berating his own coach. He's obviously getting flamed on the internet now for his rude and disrespectful behavior. And honestly, I'd be lying if I said I was surprised. If this was any other player, the smoke would settle in a day or two. But we're talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Travis Kelce here. None other than the queen of pop, Taylor Swift's current boyfriend. Well, this legend has managed to direct the fury of the Swifties towards himself with his little outburst in the field. People were, of course, quick to comment on this incident. As soon as the incident was aired, millions of Swifties took to social media to put off how off-putting and dangerous Travis's behavior at the Super Bowl was. Some have predicted this incident will be enough to be the reason behind the couple's impending breakup. A general consensus on the internet is this cannot be a one-off event. Travis didn't just snap out of nowhere and scream at his coach. There is possibly a more sinister pattern in his behavior in private that no one wants to reveal. Could it be true that Travis Kelce has deep-rooted anger issues and the game was just a slip-up to his perfect public demeanor? A lot of people are certain that Travis's less than graceful behavior at the Super Bowl must have given Taylor the ick. This isn't a very far-fetched idea because her videos and pictures from the Super Bowl make it very clear that she's finding it rather hard to feign interest and happiness at Travis' antics. Of course, cut to countless rumors and jokes about Taylor Swift already writing the songs about this breakup that hasn't happened yet, but it just might. People love to speculate drama when it comes to celebrity couples, and anyone who gets paired with Taylor Swift gets the worst of it. Some fans joke that the singer is already constructing a song about this short-lived fling as we speak. Taylor might not have been outright vocal about this recent, rather unsavory development, but her various friends don't find it necessary to hide their disdain from this bizarre behavior in public. Seems like a lot of her friends considered him the perfect golden retriever boyfriend, just like the Swifties. So, of course, the first time they watched this man shouting, and that too on screen during a very public and widely broadcasted event, really gave them a look at Travis's real character. This left them all reasonably surprised and nervous for Taylor too, if we're being honest. Her close friends also have a lot to say about Travis's actions during the game. Well, for one, no one is denying that this isn't just an ordinary game of football, but rather one of the biggest games of the year. Emotions are bound to be high, and of course, players are going to be pretty pumped. Even then, Travis should be more aware of how to carry himself in public and act with more dignity and grace. Shouting at his coach and teacher is hardly an act of dignity, right guys? Taylor's source has revealed some very interesting things about the folklore superstar's reaction to this weird occasion, and it's not shocking at all to find out Taylor was pretty taken aback as well. Imagine if you were a star as big as Taylor Swift and you brought the spotlight onto your boyfriend only for him to scream here and there on live TV, and not just on anyone but his own coach and teacher. That is pretty embarrassing for Taylor, if I'm being honest. Taylor knows how much of her job is riding on her public perception. That is why, regardless of whatever is thrown her way, she is always calm, cool, and collected in public. But it looks like Travis failed to get this memo and embarrassed not just himself, but also his girlfriend. And of course, Taylor is not happy with this behavior. She thinks that's a red flag, which we all thought so too. So at least that's a relief, knowing that Taylor is not blinded by her romance and infatuation and seeing Travis's behavior for what it actually is. You might be asking yourself, is Travis Kelce even sorry about his public tantrum? Because by the looks of it, he might not be. Travis got a hint of everything that was brewing after the game. It must have hit him hard finding out Taylor is almost thinking of ending things over his embarrassing tantrum on the field. So he decided to smooth things over a little bit. Now, I'm not really sure if downplaying something everyone says live on their screens is a smart move, but that is the move Travis went for anyway. According to the player, he was only angry because he wanted the score to be different. That was his way of saying that, let's be honest, if you were all in my position, you would have done the same. Not just this, Travis also said that the only reason he can control his emotions on the field is because of Coach Reed, which I have to say is a little bit ironic considering his behavior with Reed we all witnessed. Then, Reed also came forward to explain his side of things, and as it turns out, Travis immediately went to apologize to him and smooth things over. So, clearly, things are now back to normal between the two men, but what about Taylor and millions of her fans? Are they willing to move past this mess just yet? The footballer isn't ready to give up on this whirlwind romance just yet, as he was happy to answer any questions about the couple. According to Travis, their values and personalities are what attracts everyone towards the two stars. That also happens to be what he likes about their relationship. Taylor and him both just love life. If I was dating a billionaire superstar, I'd be pretty stoked too, just saying. Now, a lot of people are saying, what's the big deal? The men sorted out their issues, and apparently Taylor isn't grossed out enough to break up just yet, so why care? But here's the truth these people want to ignore. Taylor's decisions aren't just going to affect her. They are also going to affect the millions of impressionable young fans worldwide who look up to this relationship. Would they think such anger and violence is acceptable now that their idol is putting up with it as well? That's risky business, and Taylor has got to think about what message she's sending out in the world by keeping Travis. There is also another more sinister worry. Let's be honest. Can a man who can't control his anger in front of millions be trusted to be calm and soft in private? This isn't a one-off event for the athlete either. Just last year, he was reprimanded for throwing his helmet in anger after a lost game. When someone flies into a rage in public, and it doesn't get much more public than the Super Bowl, not just once, but twice, it's easy to wonder what they're like behind closed doors. Taylor also needs to consider Travis's reaction after this. She thinks the aggressive shoving and shouting was a red flag, but I think the bigger problem here is the fact that Travis would rather brush it all under the rug as a joke after the game, instead of owning up to his mistake and apologizing. He was ready to move past the public incident without as much as an acknowledgement or an apology. Well, we can't say for certain whether this incident grounds for a breakup for Taylor Swift, but I'm willing to bet this incident will make it into one of her songs sometime in the future. In the meantime, fans are pretty upset on Taylor's behalf. We need to stop giving angry, aggressive men the benefit of doubt and hold them accountable for their actions and behaviors. If someone as vocal as Taylor is willing to just brush this public display of aggression off, how will all the young girls who follow her ever stand up for themselves and do what is right? That's it from my side for today, guys, but I'll be back soon with more videos and drama. Don't forget to press the bell icon to subscribe and the like button. Until then, take care and goodbye.